West Point, a crucible of leadership, a bastion of wisdom and inspiration, where those with the greatest promise become those who inspire greatness. Here, leaders aren't born but created. General MacArthur, General Arnold, General and then President Eisenhower.
Leadership is necessary in this world in all levels.
The Army's leadership philosophy focuses on creating complete leaders.
How do we create flexible, adaptive, nimble individuals?
And at the Thayer Leader Development Group, located at the historic Thayer Hotel in West Point, civilians get the same lessons. Lessons the Army learned years ago about shared vision and empowerment that changed the Army's culture.
We went back and looked at our values, and we came up with loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. That spells the acronym for leadership.
Here, Pratt Whitney managers, directors, and executives
Words matter. Clarity really does matter.
immerse themselves in new leadership strategies to spark culture change.
As culture, I think you're in good shape. I think you really are making great progress. When I say in good shape, you're not in good shape for the end state. You're not in shape to empower people right away.
The culture change message is exactly what we need right now, given some of the challenges we have ahead of us.
La compagnie, elle évolue. La compagnie, elle recherche de nouvelles aventures, de nouveaux objectifs. Puis pour y arriver, il faut continuer à changer notre culture.
They're coming up with new ways, moving from the past to a new future.
But I think that how could be very helpful to the culture change.
They come here, where they learn strategy and learn the tools to put it to work. TLDG helps create leaders of character prepared to thrive in a VUCA environment. VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous. The term was created in the late 1990s by the U.S. Army after the end of the Cold War, when the U.S. Army was under the command of General Dennis Reimer, our TLDG senior advisor. TLDG helps prepare and empower corporate leaders to thrive in a VUCA environment using the same principles taught to Army leaders.
As leaders, we want to lay out the what and the why, but we want to leave the how up to our junior leaders so they figure out how to do it.
Simply put, leaders must create the environment, starting with the commander's intent. The vision is clear, but the path will be unique.
Empowerment doesn't end with us as executives. It really needs to proliferate throughout the leadership.
To empower people means you're going to have to give up some power to them.
And that's hard for people.
It is hard. It is hard, and I also caution that you power down doesn't mean power off.
Who are we?
So we start a timer?
New methodologies of communication are best put into practice with some practice.
Our team was psyched. We went out and bought shirts.
Do we want to go straight up and collect this?
Think of it as a scavenger hunt with a higher purpose.
Let's go.
Thayer calls it urban orienteering. It's competitive.
Are these still in play?
It's intense.
What do you think?
Let's take them up. There's 7 of us.
It's frustrating.
Fastest way together is actually where they are.
And the clock is ticking.
Eye-opening, yes. A lot of introspection after that night.
We are leaders in an ever-changing industry. To stay ahead, our culture must change too. Here, we learn the skills that will help leaders of today become even stronger leaders tomorrow. A workplace with a workforce that's eager to try something new, to balance risk and reward, to learn from failure, to better empower all levels of our workforce to go beyond.
It was definitely a personal experience as well as a business experience.
Our perfection is going to be how we react as much as it is on how we prepare.
I want my teams to have fun. I want to have fun. We're here all day long, and it's a calling.
We have a saying in the Army about you don't accept the troops accept you, and they'll accept you if you do your job as a leader.
West Point is known as a place for building leaders of character, competence, and commitment. The people of Pratt Whitney belong here.
For me, the tipping point is if you can take one organization, whether it's commercial engines or military engines or aftermarket, where the whole organization has bought into that and they're operating as a kind of a proof of principle. When you get that kind of thing going, and you can now say we've demonstrated it works, this thing starts spreading like wildfire.